never buy these types of houses in Cincinnati, Ohio. Everybody says real estate is the safest investment you can make. And most of the time, that's absolutely correct. But if you are shopping for houses in Cincinnati right now and you don't know what to watch for, that safe investment could cost you 6 figures in lost equity before you even unpack your first box. Because here's the thing most people don't realize. Buying a fixer-up in a trendy neighborhood like Northside or Oakley, it's not a guaranteed win. In fact, there are 5 specific types of properties sitting on the Cincinnati market right now that could seriously hurt you financially. And if you're relocating here or buying your first home, you're the exact person these polished traps are designed for. So today, we're going to go through all 5 one by one so you know exactly what to walk away from. Because the last thing you want is to own a house that this market won't let you sell in 5 years. So let's get into it. The lipstick on a pig flip. All right, number 1, and this is the big one. We see this constantly in areas like Pleasant Ridge and Madisonville, right? Like picture this, you walk into a house, the floors are that luxury vinyl plank, the cabinets are shaker style, the staging looks like it was pulled straight out of a West Elm catalog. It feels fresh and it feels new. And you're thinking, this is the one. But there's this reality in the Cincinnati market. According to recent data from sources like Realtor.com and Redfin, the median sales price in Cincinnati has been steadily rising. And what happens when prices go up? You get an influx of those amateur weekend flippers jumping into the game. So when you see a house that was bought 6 months ago for 150 grand and now it's listed at 375, you gotta look past the paint, right? In Cincinnati's older housing stock, the bones of the house matter way more than the aesthetic. Did they upgrade that knob and tube wiring? Did they replace the lead plumbing? If the answer is no, then you're not buying a renovated home, you're actually buying a liability with a really pretty face. These homes get marketed as move-in ready, but they can carry some hidden issues that won't show up in the listing photo. And those issues, it could cost you tens of thousands of dollars in repairs. So before you fall in love with that kitchen backsplash, make sure your inspector has actually looked behind the walls. And here comes number 2, the master of none floor plan. Okay, so let's talk about what I call the identity crisis in older homes. These are the houses that have had so many DIY additions over the last 50 years that the floor plan makes absolutely 0 sense, right? You may have to walk through a bedroom to get to the laundry room, or the only bathroom in the house is on a completely different level than all the bedrooms. It's chaos. Now in a hot market, you might think, I can live with that. Then hey, maybe you can. But here's the problem. When the market balances out, and it always does, these functionally obsolescent homes are the first ones to sit on the market, and they sit for a long time. Even if the price looks like a great deal today, that odd floor plan is going to turn off future buyers. And when the market normalizes, houses like this will be significantly harder to sell and will sit on the market for much, much longer. Okay, so we've already covered how pretty kitchens can hide crumbling foundations and why a weird layout is basically a long-term financial anchor around your neck. But here's the thing, we're just getting started. The next type of houses we're gonna talk about, they're actually in some of the best areas of Cincinnati. And that's what makes them even more dangerous. But before we get into that, I wanna make sure you have the right tools. If you're moving to Cincinnati from out of state, you need to understand something. The neighborhoods here change block by block. The vibe, the schools, the commute, it all shifts dramatically from one street to the next. And that's why we put together a free relocation guide that breaks down the top schools, major employers, and the best neighborhoods in the area. The link is in the description and in the top pinned comment. Seriously, grab it, because you're not just buying a house, you're also buying a lifestyle. And this guide will make sure it's the right lifestyle for you. Okay, let's talk about the dry basement myth. This is our third one, and this one, if you're not from Cincinnati, please pay close attention. There's a saying around here, in Cincinnati there are 2 types of basements, those that leak and those that are going to leak. Our soil is made of dense, heavy clay, which creates serious water pressure around the foundations. It's just the reality of building here. So if you walk into a house built in the 1920s and the basement is beautifully finished, right? With brand new drywall, carpet pushed right up against the walls, proceed with extreme caution, because basement moisture is one of the most cited issues in older Midwestern homes, and sellers know this. That's why they finish the basements that have existing foundation cracks or hydrostatic pressure issues. They're literally hiding the problem behind drywall. So here's your red flag checklist. If you don't see an interior drainage system or a sump pump and the walls are coated in fresh Drylok paint, you're likely staring at a major repair bill that's hiding behind a small can of paint. Get a thorough inspection. Don't skip this. It's the single best money you're gonna spend in the entire home buying process. If you're new here, Let me introduce myself. I'm Peter Chabris. My team and I help families and individuals find their footing here in Cincinnati every single day. The whole point of this channel is simple. I want to give you the real data, like that boots on the ground truth, so you can make a move that builds wealth, not one that drains it. So if you're finding this helpful, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button because it helps us keep the lights on and it'll keep you in the loop. Okay, let's talk about the main road discount. This is number 4. You're scrolling through listings and you see a house on Columbia Parkway, or maybe it's on Montgomery Road, and it's listed for like $50,000 cheaper than the house just 2 streets back. And you think, I can handle a little noise, right? But here's what nobody tells you. The problem isn't the noise while you live there. The problem is the buyer pool when it's time for you to sell. Homes on busy roads, guys, or homes backed up to the highway, they tend to have slower appreciation rates and they take way longer to sell. Appraisal theory calls it external obsolescence, right? The property's location near a noisy thoroughfare creates a drag on its value that you just can't renovate away. So yeah, you might feel like you're getting a deal today, but that lack of future demand can seriously limit your property's value when it's time to move on. That $50,000 you saved up front could cost you a lot more on the back end. I remember back during the Great Recession, I had some clients who couldn't sell their home with another agent, and they called us in to help, and they were on Columbia Parkway in a beautiful new home. It had a tax abatement, it had all the best amenities, granite countertops, and we could not sell it. It was on the market for months, and we had to do price reduction after price reduction after price reduction. And yeah, we ultimately sold it, but they kind of took a bath, and it was because they bought at the peak of the market and they had to sell after the market had adjusted, and they were on a really busy street and nobody was buying it. And finally, number 5. This is the one that trips up the most people, so I saved it for last. Do not buy the most expensive house in a modest neighborhood. Here's what I mean. Let's say the average sales price in an area like Delhi is $250,000, and then you find this one house that a developer pushed up to $450,000. 3-car garage, pool, it's got the works, right? It's gorgeous and it's tempting, but you've just capped your appreciation potential. See, when a home is priced significantly above its neighborhood ceiling, it sits on the market much longer. In fact, homes priced above the typical value for their area often take 30 to 40% longer to sell. Why is that? Buyers are hesitant to pay that kind of a premium when the surrounding properties can't support the price. And in real estate, you want a home that gets kind of like pulled up by the value of the homes around it, not one that's doing all the heavy lifting on its own. All right, so let's bring it all together. If you want to protect your investment in the Queen City, here's the cheat sheet. Number 1, walk away from the lipstick flips with ancient systems hiding behind new finishes. Number 2, avoid that identity crisis floor plan that no future buyer will want. Number 3, be very skeptical of freshly finished basements in old homes. Number 4, do not fall in love with that main road discount. And number 5, never, ever buy the most expensive house on the block. Cincinnati, it's a fantastic place to build equity, but you have to buy with the next buyer in mind, not just your current needs. And that's the difference between building wealth and building a headache. The Cincinnati market moves fast and the data changes even faster. Interest rate fluctuations are changing buyer behavior monthly, which makes your choice of property even more critical right now. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, or you just want a second pair of eyes on a property you spotted online, please reach out. All of my contact info is in the description. I genuinely would love to hear your story and help you navigate the nuances of our neighborhoods. And don't forget, grab that free relocation guide, the link's in the description, and make sure to check out the next video that's popping up on your screen right now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.